Hey, chemistry crew, it's Kara Lenorovitz, and welcome back to our 8th week of segment 2. We're going to dive right in. There's sun streaming in today, and most of the snow is melted, so it's looking pretty good that spring is just around the bend. So housekeeping things, most of the things on this list are going to be the same this week as they have been. Continue to use the weekly learning plan to help guide your work for the week. We will be back to our regular synchronous session this Thursday between 9:30 and 10:15, so it'll be great to have everybody back together. And office hours, again, are accessible this week. I strongly encourage you, if you have questions, if you're feeling stuck, if you want a little more support with anything, lots of you have been reaching out during those times, and it's been really helpful, both for me and for you, to make sure we're addressing those questions. So continue to do that. The other thing that I want to just put on your horizon is that the end is within sight. We have a total of 8 modules this year in our year-long exploration of chemistry. And this week you are wrapping up Module 6 and starting Module 7. So we're getting very, very, very close. So I want to give you that optimism that you're making your way towards that finish line. But I also want to encourage you, now is not the time to take your foot off that accelerator. It's a good time to make sure you're keeping pace, you're getting back on pace, and that you're continuing that great forward momentum. Remember, one of the advantages you have being in this class versus some of your peers who are in person this year is we will be tying things up just a little bit sooner than your peers. So remember that that good hard work you're doing now is going to get you to that finish line with a little bit more success and a little bit of breathing room in June. So hang in there, keep working hard. What are we working on this week? Well, as I just mentioned, you're going to be finishing up Module 6. Assuming that you've done your Module 6 DBA and reflection and turned that in, you will be receiving from me via a separate email on Monday your access code for the Module 6 exam. You can take that anytime throughout the week. I know that some of you expressed that you had some questions or wanted to do a little additional review. 2 tips there. One, I strongly recommend, if you haven't used this practice before, to go back and retake the pretest that you did at the very beginning of the module. One, it's going to help you understand that you've learned a great deal during this module, and 2, it's going to have some representative problems that might be similar to what you might see on the end of module exam. So that's one strategy you can use. Another, of course, is to use the DBA document as a guide along with the Pear Deck presentation that we used in class. And then I guess third option is remember that you can access me during office hours on Tuesday and Wednesday before you take your exam if you wanted to clear anything up. You can go ahead and start on the next module even if you haven't finished that Module 6 exam. So if you want to save that exam till later in the week, so you have a little more time, a little more breathing room, a little more practice, you're welcome to do that. That means also that this week you get to start Module 7, which is all about energy in reactions. You'll take a pretest there, again, just to gauge what you already know about the topic. Some of what's in that pretest will probably be brand new and unfamiliar, and some of it you're going to have some pretty good ideas on. Then you'll delve into your learning this week in Module 7 on endothermic and exothermic reactions. You might recognize these prefixes, endo and exo, endo meaning going in, exo meaning going out. You may have heard this prefix endo in terms of endoderm if you're thinking about skin layers. Exo you might have heard about, studying back in earth-space science about the exosphere. So you're going to be learning about those terms, how they have to do with energy. So the thermic part has to do with energy. Ultimately, from your learning, you're going to be constructing energy change diagrams for chemical equations. So instead of just thinking about the matter that's going in and coming out of a reaction, you're going to be thinking about the energy going in and the energy coming out. I would strongly encourage you before Thursday's class to make sure you've at least done the background reading and taken the notes. We'll do a little bit of practice with this concept during class time. Even if you haven't yet tried the assignment, having that background knowledge will be helpful. And then, of course, you're continuing to work on your Segment 2 collaboration project. Some of you started it in previous weeks, last week or earlier. Some of you, if you haven't yet, this is when you want to make sure you're getting it done. So you're going to be choosing one of 6 areas of chemistry to focus on for this collaboration project. So either food chemistry, biochemistry, pharmaceuticals, chemical engineering, health and beauty in terms of an angle on chemistry, or environmental chemistry as your focus, and doing a little bit of background research and posting some information about what you find out and why you think it's interesting. Your post does need to be done at the end of this week, so by the 22nd. so that we can do the next phase of collaboration. So just make sure you've taken care of that. And of course, on Thursday, you're going to look happier than all of these crew here as you attend class and we're back together again. Let's take a look at the weekly learning plan just to kind of see how these things plan out. All right, you know the routine here. There's an introduction at the very beginning just to give you a little context. Your learning objectives for the week, communication reminders in your to-do list, and in that to-do list, 5 things to take care of. The first listed on there is your Phases of Matter exam, your Module 6 exam. Remember, you can choose to do that later in the week if you want a little more review time. I've also linked here for you the DBA presentation so that you can go back and practice with that as your leisure. You're going to take your pre-test, and then you're going to delve into 7.01 and endo and exothermic reactions. There is an optional lab here that's built within there. It's actually a really quick demonstration. It doesn't take a lot of work, but it is a very good mental construct for what you're learning about in terms of energy in and energy out of reactions. And then again, you're going to be posting your work on the collaboration project and attending class when we see each other on Thursday from 9:30 to 10:15. Office hours are going to remain the same this week. And you will see upcoming that we are going to continue to work on Module 7 and then the next phase of our collaboration project. So here's the quick view to do this weekend. Sorry, that should say due on 3/22, and for the week of 3/15, you're going to complete your Module 6 exam. Remember to look out for that access code in your email on Monday morning. If you've not yet done your DBA or haven't done your reflection, please make sure you're following through with those. You're going to start Module 7 with the pre-test and 7.01 on endothermic and exothermic reactions. Again, I highly recommend that you give that a try, at least the lesson and the reading and taking notes before Thursday's class. You're going to make sure you've done the first part of the collaboration project, having chosen one of those 6 topics, done a little background research and doing your posting. And then you're going to see me and everybody else for class on Thursday. Please, again, I encourage you to reach out for help if you have questions. I am more than happy to work with you to help work around those obstacles that are coming your way. Otherwise, I hope you have had a chance to get out and enjoy the sunshine and appreciate the fact that the snow has been melting, and we will see each other next week. Take care.